Great to have you with us from Joe IA Stadium in Ruston, Louisiana. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day. It's the Texas Longhorns and the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, glad to have you with us. Holly Rowe down on the sideline with the latest on an injury.
Guys, I caught up with the Longhorns head coach before the game. Coach said because they are still without their starting quarterback, this has been essential to have a bye week this week. Give their backup all of the
man, don't do me like you did A&M.
Something he typically doesn't do all season long. So they have really focused on more reps, more reads, so he can really hit the ground running here today early in this game. Back to you.
Holly, we'll see how they react. Louisiana Tech will kick it off and will be underway.
Yeah. I see it. I was like, man, he got so many open guys.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Leon.
Maybe wish I was.
Slips through the line. He's got an alley. Wide open, and it's a foot race. He will score. Touchdown, Texas.
And a big question coming into this game was how were they going to be able to handle
the environment
and all the crowd noise. And the best way to do that, make a play early and get everybody to sit down. They wasted no time. Opening kickoff, what a great job in blocking. Open field running was sensational. They score a touchdown, and guys early, I'm not hearing a lot of noise from this home crowd.
He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback.
Who do you think you got the best chance to match up on in the CFP?
Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Looking for a man. It's Farrell. Finds his man. It's Tucker. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
Well, they're trying to go toss to the field and get that running back out into space to use his speed, but the defense looked like they were already lined up expecting that play, and they force a negative one.
Back to pass on second down. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
Hey, guys, we've been talking about this all week, man. What a showdown. Top 10 offense, top 10 defense. Who's going to come out and assert their will? And the defense wins the first battle. Getting in the backfield, creating the negative play, kind of dictating to this offense. The defense strikes first in this big-time matchup.
On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. It's caught downfield. He'll be stopped short, and they'll force a fourth down. Snaps it, and he has to have it. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. A tough start to the opening drive as the defense comes up with a big play. Great place to start for this offense. From the gun, running back on the move.
Oh yeah, I'm glad I didn't pull the trigger on that.
Under nowhere to go,
Like LSU yet. Surprised it look a little bit better.
guys. Top 5 matchup this late in the season. It feels like a de facto playoff game.
It is, man. This is the big showcase. Late in the season, you're proving to the committee exactly who you are, where you stand. I don't think it gets any better than these late season showdowns. A lot of time rivalries, too, Jesse. These are the best.
David, you're right. And both of these teams have been on a collision course all year long. We knew that this game was going to matter a lot, so you know the intensity is going to be off the charts.
Zings it complete to the right. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down.
Well, that's a nice job on third down there. They come into this game as the underdog, obviously, but you got to love the way they've started this one, David. Defense gets a takeaway on the opening possession. Now your first third down offensively, you're able to move the sticks. Really seems like this team is focused and dialed in.
And something good happening early in this football game gives you the momentum. As the underdog, you want to see those good plays early, right? To believe that everybody on the sideline now knows they got some juice, things going the right way. Let's see if they can keep this momentum going on offense.
Under pressure. Timed that hit perfectly to keep him from making the grab. It'll be third down. Trying to pick up a first down. They just keep firing. Here comes the heat. Hit as he throws.
Oh!
He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. Oh, he's got some space. Past the 50.
That was a disaster.
The 30. 10. In with the pick.
Disaster.
Touchdown, Bulldog. Looking for the tie with the extra point. And the extra point splits the
Just 10
uprights.
picks. Oh, fucking play I never called before.
On the return, it's Duggan.
He's still taking
Just
shit.
able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped.
Oh, that hurt.
The Longhorns head out hoping to move the ball on this possession. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive throwing a pick six, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
Finds the tight end. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work. The Longhorns right after the huge play through the air back to the line. At the 40, there he goes. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
And busting big runs like this, we always talk about the running backs, but it's the big boys up front paving their lanes, those receivers gluing on those DBs that make these plays really go for big yardage.
And how about those receivers? Not just the glamour of catching passes, but doing some dirty work, too.
No doubt. When they get on those guys in the second level and get on those DBs, that's when you break those big, long runs.
Wants to go up top on second down. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
And quite simply put, you don't see that happen very often against him. He is one of not just the best quarterbacks in the game, he's one of the best players in the game. He's a Heisman Trophy candidate that oftentimes doesn't make mistakes like that. He should have thrown that football away. He decided to try and...
And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack.
This was one of the keys to the game. Could this quarterback, could he extend plays
Hell
and then
no.
make throws in scramble situations? That time, the defense was able to get to him and
Even
bring
if I
him
didn't
down
get
for
sacked,
a
I
huge
think I could do
loss.
Deep in his own territory as he reels in that punt. Coverage was all over him before he had a chance to breathe, and they knock him down deep in his own territory. First order of business, get out of this hole as the drive starts at their own 7-yard line. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Tackle behind the line, and he'll lose one on the play. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. They give it to him again. Got some green grass. There he goes. He'll get it out to the 25. Not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a first down. Absolutely nothing settled. Deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. First play of the period, first down here. Motion from the back. Back to throw, it's Farrell. Makes the catch and he's free. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Louisiana Tech back to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll give it to him again. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
And I'll tell you what, no secret on this drive. This offense, they're not trying to maintain balance. They're trying to line up and just dot you right in the eyes. 4 straight runs, get the first down, and really starting to play physical.
Got there right as the ball did. Jarred it loose. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Some 3rd down conversions tougher than others. This one, a long one on 3rd down from the 43. Rush right in his face. Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one.
And I like a good check down as much as anybody. Survey the field, don't make a mistake. Check it down to your running back, let him do the rest. But there was 2 guys right next to him. So that was actually a little bit of a dangerous throw, but you could tell.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. Changing the routes with his receivers. Got to make the play on 4th. Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. They'll knock him down, but he moves the sticks, and the 4th down decision pays off big time.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. 4th down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
And he gets rid of it.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
The give. Just couldn't get away from the tackle. Ninth play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. 3rd and long. Back to pass. It's Farrell. He finds a dead spot in the middle. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker.
That's pretty good zone defense, man. Zone defense means I got eyes on the quarterback, and when somebody comes into my zone, then I'm communicating with the other guy, and they pass it off and do a good job seeing the crosser, going to him, breaking on the football, getting the tackle, and now forcing the 4th down.
He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And with that field goal, they now have the lead.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive. But nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
He'll bring it out. It's Leon. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. got little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Snap on first down, wants to throw. He turns it loose to the left.
My God.
And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Fires to the tight end. Makes the stop at the 29-yard line, but not before he gets 15 on that play.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs closer to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
Line getting set on second down.
So the speed.
Kept the last one on the ground. Now they'll throw. Trying to make magic with his feet. Out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46-yard line. A big pickup here as they try to put together a scoring drive. The Longhorns getting set on 1st and 10. Quarterback keeps it. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
You know, they went QB designed run, but there just was nowhere for the quarterback to go. Couldn't go outside, and there was just way too many bodies on the inside for him to get anything positive. They lose it.
And I tell you what, I know it's little when these QBs miss and the ball's not right to them, but man, it makes such a difference with yards after the catch, and in this case, even catching the football. It was just a little bit off, and it just made it a little bit difficult for his wide receiver to try to make the catch.
Out wide left, it's Leon. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21. And the Longhorns, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Move to his right. He'll pull it down and run.
I really wanted you to get away from that tight end.
And as we get deep in this first half, a 1st and goal and a chance to take the lead before the break. Looking for the end zone. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Longhorns!
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground, take the lead going into the half, take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
He'll bring it out. It's Wade. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone.
That's gonna be crazy if I lose this game, and then you win the SEC off a rip. Yeah. If you wanted to,
field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Looking to throw, it's Farrell. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete. Long way to go on second down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Fires to the big fella. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going.
I know he's got the height and weight of a tight end, but man, the way he runs routes and how good he is with the ball in his hands, it just reminds you of a wide receiver. He's so athletic. This is a guy that has a basketball background in high school, and you see it pan out. Every time he has the football, he just looks like the best athlete on the field. For a big guy, very, very unique.
Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35. The Bulldogs peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. Looking for a crease. It's Battle.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Hauls it in. Stopped at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal. Now the Longhorns will call the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. Looking downfield, it's Farrell. Thanks, looking for the goal line. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. Timeout taken by Texas. It's their 2nd. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Second down, gonna throw it. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
You've got great field position here. You got to pay it off. Who is your go-to receiver that can make a play in this situation?
They're going to throw it on 3rd and goal. And he can't quite make the connection as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity.
And that's a good job by this defense, man. You drop back, you play really smart, play sound. Understand, there's not a lot of field to cover, and they couldn't fit the ball in a window. Good pass defense.
And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. Never a doubt.
Damn,
it's now
missed that.
A 1-point game, 14-13.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Leon. He's out of bounds at the 31-yard line. Maybe another step, another block, and he gets more, but the offense will take over there. First play of this drive will start from the 31-yard line. First play of this drive. Going over the top. It's caught. Breaks into the open. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense. The Longhorns stop the clock for the final time, calling their 3rd timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half.
What are you doing?
How about my God. Defense making a statement to end the half with a sack. What a disappointment. No good. And the lead remains at 1 after the miss.
I can't believe we got the kickoff.
We played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Feels like we were just kicking off the season, fellas, and yet here we are in Week 14. We're running the gamut of emotions across the sport. Let's lead things off with Houston.
I don't even know the button
taking
to
on the number
spike.
9 team, the BYU
That's cost me
Cougars.
so many games.
And it's the Cougars on the losing end right now of a tight one. This legit playoff contender kind of stumbled out of the gates. And while there is time to turn things around, they had better start soon.
Louisiana Tech has it back, and the offense comes out ready to go to work. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well, because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
Quick catch. Down he goes.
And that's a great play call by the offensive coordinator, because that play is essentially the extension of a sweep play. You're getting your running back an extra touch to the perimeter of the field, so now he can go to work in open space.
Quarterback signaling to his guys. Looking to throw, it's Farrell. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on 4th down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on 4th down early. Didn't have any...
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. Defense way too anxious there, and they just hand them a 1st down with a penalty. They'll make the stop.
Trying to change my player.
Short of the 1st down.
Seeing something in my play call. I was like, wait a minute, somebody wide open? Panics.
Man, oh man, those types of penalties just drive defensive coordinators crazy. Was 4th down, now 1st down. Keeps it on 1st down. Got 6 yards on the play, 2nd and 4 coming.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football, that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the 1st down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
Takes the handoff, it's Battle. Gets it out to the 40-yard line, give him 5 on that one.
And on 2nd down, a lot of times, I don't know why, you just, as a defense, you go pass. You think passing situations, passing downs. Really good job by the offense, committing to the run game, not abandoning it, not getting yourself in a 3rd down situation where you had to throw the football.
Fresh set of downs going up top. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And screens are all about timing, right? You want to invite the defensive line to fly up the field, and then you want to throw it right over their head. And you can tell just a little bit off, and the defense got in there so quick, got the quarterback hit before he could really get his bearings and throw the screen.
Hauls it in. Stopped just across the 50 at the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a 1st down.
Is that a 6?
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the 1st down.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Quarterback changing the play. Moving the pocket, it's Farrell. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
Well, a great job in coverage on the back end by the defense. You just got to finish the play. That should have been a pick.
They need a huge play on 3rd and long. Got him downfield. He's loose down the middle. Touchdown, Bulldog. With that, they grab the lead here in the 2nd half. Going for 2 here to try to make the lead 7. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted.
2-point plays, the windows are very small to throw into. That time, he just tried to force it into a tiny window. It ended up being picked, and the offense comes away with no points.
Deep in the end zone, it's Leon. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. so Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. So as soon as they step on the field here in the third quarter, they find themselves trailing, and now they'll try to answer with a score of their own.
And if this offense is going to get back in the football game, those are the plays they have to make. Like, they have to make contested catches. They got to find a way to get some points, to create some explosive plays. Those 50-50 balls, when you get your hand on it, man, they got to start making those plays.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Looks as if he's going to run it. Pull to the ground.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. They're working that left side. Makes the grab and down immediately. He picks up a few. Offense trying to catch them napping. Looks as if they'll go for it on fourth down. Needs it here on fourth down. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. Knocked down, but he's got enough to move the chains and convert that fourth down. The Longhorns with the 1st and 10. Fresh setter downs going to the air. Finds his tight end. Got room at the 35. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. And the Longhorns are moving quickly down the field. On the move. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down.
As a defensive guy now, you're always zoomed in on the quarterback. I mean, these guys, whether they're throwing the football or running it, at least they have the football in their hands every time. You know where they're going to be. You focus in. The defense locked and loaded, understand what they were trying to accomplish, doing a good job getting to the quarterback, and then make those physical hits count. Finish those tackles with aggressive hits. Make that quarterback feel you for a whole length of a game.
And this is why this team is losing this game right now. They cannot protect their quarterback. He's already been sacked a bunch of times. Almost got sacked right there. This guy doesn't have a chance with the way this offensive line is playing.
Now, they missed a field goal on the last drive, but you need to get points here, so they need to pick up some yardage to at least get in range for their kicker. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. They've already converted once on fourth down on this drive. They are unafraid to make everywhere four-down territory. And he's brought down, but he picks up the first down, and the gamble pays off.
You got to be impressed with the quarterback on that last play because he's already been sacked a ton of times in this game. He knows he does not have a lot of time to survey the field, get through his progression. So as soon as he feels a lane to take off and run, he's going to take it. And a really nice job that time, showing off the athleticism and picking up the first down.
And we talked about this guy coming into the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hand, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him, but now they're finding out about him.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. From the gun, wants to pass. Keeping his eyes downfield. Shoots it to the left. It falls incomplete, and that'll do it for the quarter. Very close to putting a bow on this one. Gives us a minute to check out the top 25 here in the final week of the season and to wonder what type of impact this result will have on these rankings. One final period to play, and we'll see who can grab that W as we start the fourth. Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on fourth down. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Converts on fourth down, and he's still going. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. First down here, and what a ride this season has been. Just thrilling action everywhere. Close game to finish off the regular season in this one here in the fourth quarter. He'll be stopped at the 6-yard line, but what a job picking up yardage after the catch. Wants to throw again. Buying time to his right. And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba.
And I really like that decision by this quarterback. Listen, you've got a lot of downs here. It's first and goal. You're in scoring position. If you don't feel comfortable, throw that ball away. Live to fight another down.
This quarterback part of their running game. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. A touchdown here on 3rd and goal. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's one way to make a stop. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. So the defense sets them up with that interception. Now a couple of first downs, maybe even punch in a score, and they'll go home with the W. Turning it on. Got the first down. Crosses midfield. At the 30. The 20. To the house. Touchdown, Louisiana Tech.
What a disaster.
He'll try to tack on one more.
2 disaster sequences.
And with the extra point, the lead is a dozen here in the 4th. That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown, just like that. From deep, it's Leon. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. Here comes the Texas offense. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. Lost the defense, he's wide open. Breaks a tackle, and he might have room. The 20, inside the 10. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep. That was the epitome of a chunk play, and now they've got it 1st and goal, trying to cash it in. He's looking to throw. Going for 6. Touchdown, Texas! Middle of the end zone, he's got it!
And a lot of times when you get down here in the red zone, man, it's players, not plays. Finding your individual matchups that you feel very confident in. And I'm not surprised they went to their go-to wide receiver. And I'm also not surprised that he won on the outside and got the touchdown.
Coming out with it, it's Wade. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15.
That foul.
Bulldogs offense is on the field and ready to get this drive cranked up. That last score the defense allowed made it a one-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure to have a productive drive here. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22.
And how about this offense, man? Being able to succeed, still winning without their bell cow, without their star being their star. This offense has not had a great game on the ground, but they're still in the lead.
Moves the pocket. It's Farrell. Fires to the middle. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball
you draw that
came
bitch
out,
on the
and
money
it came
on
to
the money
the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
This is as big a play as we've had in this game. 3rd down and 3. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. Fires to the big fella. Still running at the 40. Oh, They'll move the chains. Good execution on third down. They've got it at the 41.
We always talk about yak, and that was third and very manageable. They were just throwing the ball to the sticks, just trying to pick up a simple first. But when you've got playmakers like that can do things after the catch, any play could be an explosive one, and you saw it right there. Tremendous job getting it to him early, and he does the rest.
Fights off a defender. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get a W.
Pulls and fires it complete to the right. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses.
So this
they get
speaking a lot on my offense this year, but my
very
defense has been
predictable, and then they
amazing.
leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the fourth quarter. Everything going in their direction.
My defense has been a major disappointment. Offense, I wasn't expecting a ton of defense.
He'll bring it out. It's Leon. Delivers the stiff arm. I know he thinks he can house every return, but
running up and down on my
sometimes he
defense.
just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Fresh set of downs going up top. Extending the play.
What are you doing?
Had to force that one.
Well, the quarterback off
like
target
3
on that
times.
one. And in this 2-minute situation, you've got to be able to call and run passing plays that you feel like you can run in your sleep.
Second down to the air. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man downfield. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Drops back on first down. Here's a throw downfield late. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. No room to return, but no problem after making a play like that.
You
motherfucker! 25.
My
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Sends it back in motion. Hand off from the gun. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up second and 10.
And man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a baller.
There he goes. He'll pick up a few on the play, just enough for the first down. They'll mark it right at midfield.
Well, that's the best run of the day for him so far, and he's a guy that looks like he's getting stronger as the game goes on. He's beginning to wear on this defense a little bit. If you're on offense, you probably want to keep giving him the ball.
The quarterback takes a snap and takes a knee.
And how about this, D? You think they're locked in and dialed into this quarterback and his ability to run the football? You've seen him make plays throughout this game. They know it. They're seeing it, and they're making sure that guy's not going to beat him.
How much fun was that? I mean, you just dream of having games like that. Every time you go into the booth, I'll watch those two teams play anytime.
Yeah, that's what's fun about good teams. Really good teams squaring off. Like, there wasn't a lot of difference between these two squads. We could watch these every week. Love calling these games because they're competitive. Great talent on the field. Palmer, unfortunately, somebody had to lose.
Yeah, and the higher-ranked team was ranked higher for a reason. At the end of the day, when it came down to it, they made the biggest plays in the most critical moments. Both of these teams have tremendous playmakers.